You guys were talking about accidents when I was thinking to myself, the one thing people do not appreciate, that even if something doesn't crumple in on you, you don't catch on fire. Your body going from 150 miles an hour to zero
Yes.
can rip apart. I mean, your aorta can tear in half, all kinds of things inside your body.
I broke a rib. I didn't even know it when I was racing go-karts in Australia. And because I was racing so much and I was strapped in and I was doing so many laps. And then after I got home that night, I was like, something hurts behind my back. And it was a rib that was kind of messed up and it was broken.
I remember when I was racing go-karts in Van Nuys over at Pepe's by the
airport. Oh, those are great, man.
By
it's
the
still
airport.
There.
Yeah.
I take my son there.
Broke a hymen.
Still there.
Broke a hymen.
So that's how you broke your hymen?
Well,
dude.
Now we know the truth.
What I'm saying,
your behymen or your hymen?
Behymen.
Oh,
yeah. We've all, thank God they scotch guarded those seats because I left a little memento there. But what I'm saying is all us warriors have had our trials and tribulations, and it goes with the sport.
Of course.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now let's talk to Chris.
Chris? Yeah, I don't think Pepe's is there anymore. You're 25?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's up?
I guess I'll forward this to the very passionate doctor. I'm afraid that you might kind of pass this off to my homoerotic profession there. But lately, just the sex drive has been kind of not there. And I'm wondering if the hours that I'm working, I work 10 to 6 at night, just kind of the complete flop of the body clock.
Oh, that'll mess you up. Has your diet changed any?
Somewhat. I've been working nights for a couple of years now, though. But
you're fireman, it says?
Yes, sir.
Don't you do a couple days at a time?
Yeah, I thought there were 24.
No, there's a lot of departments that work 24 on, 48 off, that sort of thing. We're a smaller department, so we work 3 8-hour shifts.
Oof.
Yeah, still 3 8-hour shifts. It's still only 24. This fireman is a great gig.
Yeah, but they do it in the middle of the night, though.
So. Well, he does it because he's a low man on the fire pole. I could have said totem pole. But the point is eventually he'll be working Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 5 and, in the catbird seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting tired and flip-flopping your schedule will F up everything, will it not?
It really can.
You'll get, depressed. You won't be horny.
Yep. And losing weight, changing your diet, getting depressed, all these things can definitely affect your libido.
Okay.
Is there anything else? You want a medication? Have you had anything else go on physically?
No, I'm not an abuse survivor. I'm not a Mormon, so, yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Are you Mormon? No, he answered. No, I'm not even going down that path at all. It's more about the path of your physical condition, not even your health, just sort of the stress your body's under right now. And when your body needs to conserve, whether it's conserving, energy because you're trying to lose weight. When people lose weight, they're on low-calorie diets. They complain their libido goes down. When they don't sleep, their libido goes down. When they're depressed, their libido goes down. So, you clearly have a situation where you could be causing that just from your work schedule.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I was wondering if it would, be the work schedule or maybe an underlying medical problem or.
Well, you should be checked out just to be sure, because that's almost any condition you can name can affect your libido.
When are you going to get on days?
I have no idea. I'd love to do it tomorrow, but I don't. Just when there's an opening, I suppose.
And when do you? Let me ask a couple things. First, have you ever done one of those hunky calendars?
No. Well,
Antonio did one called "Here's what I would look like in my underpants if I was a fireman."
Yeah, that was my hose.
You ought to do a whole series of Antonio Sabato Jr. If he was a cop, here's what he looked like in his underpants.
Because women would love that.
They would eat it up. And, there was, I just saw a whole thing on, Entertainment Tonight where they're New York's finest, out posing, and the guys, big buff guys. Firemen are buff because they work out all day.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They put a gym in the firehouse. The guys hang out waiting for the alarm to ring, and they have a lot of time. Whereas cops aren't quite as buff because they work, and then when they're done working, they would have to go to the gym.
Right.
Whereas you're sort of on the clock. Drew, if someone said, look, hang out here for about 8-10 hours. There's the gym. The phone may ring every, hour and a half or two. You'll have to give some advice to a troubled teen. But until then, just, hang out. You'd be working out, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So these guys look great. And then they do these super beefcake things where they make these calendars, and everyone's sort of oh, that's great, isn't it? But it's kind of weird. What if we had, chicks of the DMV, the sultry ladies of the DMV, or just or the post office, chicks in their bra and panties pushing a mail cart or something. Like, wouldn't people be outraged? Like, oh, wait a minute.
Oh, didn't they do the Walmart or their something like that? The Walmart girls.
They do it like
you got to
remember, don't they?
Guys don't need the occupation or a story attached to pictures of women.
No, we need hot chicks.
Yeah, so the story does not matter. It's for women. They like the story.
Said this many times. You go to the male stripper comes out dressed as the cop, dressed as the fireman, dressed as the
Indian
army
chief,
sergeant.
yeah.
True, not the Indian.
No, the point is, the Indian.
That's not a job, by the way.
But the point is, there's a story attached to it, and the more peculiar sometimes.
True, only you can craft a story that's bad. No, women are attracted to a guy's got a gig, and then he's going to get naked. Whereas, meaning women want to see the guy who's dressed as the cop, dressed as a fireman, dressed as whatever, Indian chief. You did this to me last time with this, by the way. Men have a stripper come out. Your job, dress like a whore.
Well, they want to. Your job is the stripper.
Your job is to get naked, not look like you got a job, and then turns out you're naked.
You have a job,
right?
Job is stripper.
Indian chief.
but that's the point. Guys just want what that it's supposed to be. They don't need to catch any story. I use the Indian chief because they want story and context and romance.
They want a job.
Well,
they like when a guy's working and nude.
Yeah,
and the underpants model, that's the best. That's gig and naked. That's what a job. How do you get a job? How do they figure out you look good in your underpants?
They ask you to take off your pants.
Yeah. Do you have to go into Calvin Klein and try on a few pair of their underpants?
I did, yeah. My package, did pretty good. So
do they? Is there? And be honest, is there any chubbing up that goes on before? We do a very important segment called Be Honest.
They have a little gym for chubbing up in there.
There should you want to get a little blood. No, I'm talking about in the shorts. You want to get a little blood circulating, to fill out the pouch.
I guess you could. You could do
one
that
could.
if
one
you
could.
need to.
If one needed to.
If one needed to.
So he's being honest there. If you needed to, Adam, you could.
I'll tell you what I do is I take a cucumber and I take a big fat rubber band. I make it, and I just pull it just about 1.5 inches down from it, and then I just slide that whole thing down there. Or I take a pipe cleaner and wrap it around about 1 inch down from the end of the cucumber, and then I just shove the whole thing in there. No, I just wedge it in there.
Yeah, I see.
The band gives a nice realistic effect to it.
Anatomical effect.
I've tried it before with just a cucumber, and it was so smooth, people got suspicious.
You need that architectural appointment.
They look a little supernatural.
Yeah, and I've learned I have to tuck what I have between the legs because they'll get confused.
Really? They'll even notice it?
Sometimes they'll say, wow, it's a huge vein you have on your penis. Like, thanks. I gotta kill myself. Wow. Is it varicose? You gotta take care of that. What do you got? You got like a, you got like a raisinette or something stuck to your penis, or like Good and Plenty. Is there Good and Plenty stuck to your penis? All right, let's talk
Do they have Good and Plenty anymore?
I don't know if they have Good and Plenty anymore. Mike and Ike.
Yeah.
There's either Mike
or
an Ike stuck to the side of your cucumber.